Okay. I'm gonna wait a minute or two to see if we've got more people. We'll just wait for them to come in. I will say one thing. First thing, totally unrelated. I love the extra sleep that we got from the time change, but I'm hating the fact that outside looks like that. It's already pitch black and it's 7 o'clock. Hate it. If any of you who deal with seasonal affective disorder, then you'll know why I hate it. So pretty soon I'll have to get the good old lamp out and be having breakfast with that. So anyway, alright, I'm going to go ahead and start. I just want to make this as quick as I could. First of all, let me apologize. I was supposed to be on here for day 2, and I completely got busy and crazy and had a thing last night and just forgot. So let me start off by who you're talking with. My name is Keribrewster, also known as Casey Paleo Girl. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course here on Periscope under Casey Paleo Girl. So let me talk with day 2 first. So days 2 and 3 are kind of your hangover days, for lack of a better word. You have some residual effects depending on how badly you ate before you started your Whole30. Days 2 and 3, they're not terrible, but you've got like that weird constant headache, and maybe you're a little more hungry than normal, that kind of stuff. It's not so much that you're hungry, you're just eating more, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, so that was yesterday. Like, I absolutely could not get enough food down my system. It was kind of weird. I had a hangover. Whoa, I did not have a hangover. I had a headache that was pretty gnarly. Like, it was just like right up here. And, I don't know, it didn't matter what I did. I used my oils, I took Advil, I drank a lot of water. It was just there, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. Now, I do think a little bit of that was sinus related. But yeah, 'tis the season, right? But you can go on, I'm pretty sure I posted everything I ate except for dinner last night on my Instagram page, so you can go check that out. Breakfast is usually some sort of egg-based scramble or like an omelet or something. I haven't found any Whole30 compliant bacon yet, so that's kind of been out for me. So I've mainly just been doing like eggs and veggies and maybe a side of fruit in the morning. So like yesterday I did it was an omelet of some sort. Oh, it was a Southwest omelet. That's what it was. It was just, one of the things that I'd made for my condiments was basically, they call it salsa, but I would say it's more of like a pico de gallo. So I just, I did my 2 or 3 eggs and let them go flat. Oh, so bacon. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Maybe that's also a side effect. I don't know. For bacon, it's, can't have sugar or nitrates. And unlike the 21-day sugar detox, where it's okay if it's been, if the sugar is in the curing process, they're like absolutely no sugar. It doesn't matter if it's in the curing process or not. Like, if sugar is listed in the ingredients, however small an amount, then you can't eat it. And it's difficult. So I'm going to be out of town this weekend, and so I'm not going to be able to get a chance to go. You know what? It does. Actually, hold on just a second, guys. I've kind of stayed off into my room here, and the cat just decided to open the door. So I'm trying not to disturb my family, while I'm scoping. So anyway, so yeah, it actually does exist, and it's a lot of, I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, there we go. A lot of farmers actually have it, at least up here. Now, I hear that Springfield has a really good farm farmers market. So you might be able to ask the farmers there that are bacon producers to say, you know, do you use sugar? Whoops, it's bedtime. Sorry. Do you use sugar in your curing process? And then if they say yes, and say, well, okay, do you know of anybody here who might not do that? Because a lot of farmers are kind of waking up to that. It started off, at least up here, with they got rid of the nitrites and the nitrates. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I just asked them just to, you know, I mean, if you want to go on a Whole30, but, you know, if you want to stay with the sugar detox rules, I think that's okay too. I have a thing about doing a program strictly by the book the first time around, and even if I'm doing and then if I do a reset later, then I'll, you know, I'll do 21 DSD type bacon, like, but yeah. So Southwest Scramble for breakfast with I can't remember if that was kiwi, some sort. I don't even remember. No, I didn't do any fruit. I think I did guacamole. Anyway, lunch yesterday. What the heck did I have for lunch yesterday? I don't remember. Oh, wait. Would have been leftovers. So what did we have? I don't remember. And then I had kind of an on-the-go dinner, which was it's like chicken and mushrooms. So it literally is just what it sounds like. It was a chicken breast that I cooked in some ghee and some chopped up mushrooms and ghee, and then put over top of some mashed parsnips, and that was super good. I would definitely have that again. So that was day 2. And the biggest things there, like I said, was really just the headache. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. And I had some pretty powerful sugar cravings in the afternoon, which I really didn't expect. I kind of figured that would be later on, but it is what it is. And I got through it just fine. I actually put grapefruit essential oil in my water. I have like a 20-ounce glass bottle, and I just put a drop or 2 of that in there and drank that, and it killed it just like that. So, which is why I love it. Okay, so today breakfast was a kitchen sink scramble, which is just, I take leftover veggies and warm them up, and then put 3 scrambled eggs, or I scramble 3 eggs, put it in top and mix it together. And then I put Cholula and some more homemade guac on top of that, because, man, you put some mashed avocado in this pico de gallo recipe that I made, and it's really good. It's not Chipotle good, but it's not bad. And then, let's see, and then I had a snack this morning. I don't know, I don't normally snack, but I've been having to the last 2 days, so it is what it is. I've been going between, like, guacamole and olives, and, like, have you guys had the Epic, the company that make Epic bars? They have these things called Epic Bites, and there's the uncured bacon, which doesn't have any sugar or anything like that. They're like little pieces. So I'll eat those, or I'll have some nuts by a local paleo food company called Paleo Chef. And then they do like these really good compliant, yeah, I know, those are so good. And then, but they've also come out with these little bits, like there's bacon ones and then there's chicken ones, and those are really good too. But those are dangerous for me because it's almost like I'm mimicking snacking, like on chips and stuff. So I'm just real careful with those, because I could like just sit here and do one of those, and that's not really the point of the Whole30 either. So I had some of those, and then I've had I had guacamole that I made, and I don't know, I flaked and forgot to take anything to eat it with. So I just ate it with a spoon. Anyway, it was really good. And then lunch was leftovers. You know, I think that you can, but and I don't know if this is a problem necessarily, is I kind of had like the mini York peppermint patties, not the full size one, but the mini ones that they have. I had a pretty solid daily. I'd have like 1 or 2 of those at night to wind down when I was watching TV with my husband. I think that's what's getting me. Like, I eat pretty clean. Like, I don't know. I mean, I was letting in some things that maybe I shouldn't have, but for the most part, though, that's my big thing. That was my sugar. I was letting, because I'm a little different. Like, I think if you eat pretty close to strict paleo all the time, it wouldn't be a big deal. But I like to branch out now and then, like, having rice or some extra cheese or sour cream, even though I know that it doesn't always agree with me. And, that's where I get into trouble. And I think that's kind of what I'm dealing with here. But typically, no, I eat pretty clean. So I think most people wouldn't. I don't know. It's weird. The Whole30 lets you eat a wider variety of foods, but it's also extremely strict on ingredients. Like, I mean, they even have you looking at your supplements. It's not just food. It's like supplements and everything you take in. They want as best as you can to stay away from any sort of sugar at all. So, and again, like, I mean, obviously with prescriptions, they want you to still take those, but everything else, they want you to look at what you're taking in and, and kind of go from there. And then, let's see, what did I say? I don't know if I said what lunch was. I had the chicken and mushrooms, but my family had something a little bit different because I was not home for dinner last night. They had kind of a paleo version of bangers and mash. It was homemade sausage patties and mashed sweet potatoes. And that's what I had. They had some leftover, so I had that for lunch, and it was really good. I had this really nice, there's a local company here in Kansas City called Wood and Salt, and they make custom grind spice blends. And so they have this really good one for breakfast sausage that I like to use. And, since it's all single ingredients and there's no extra preservatives or sugar or any gluten or fillers, then I know it's good for the Whole30. So I just took that and like a pound of ground pork, and just mixed that together and then made it into patties. So, yeah. Yeah. It's really cool. Yeah, if you definitely when you come up, let me know and I can take you on a paleo-ish tour. So, that was lunch. So dinner, which I just finished tonight, was garlic shrimp with romesco sauce, which is kind of like a tomato-based pesto. It was really good, over some zoodles. And then since that was all pretty filling, I didn't add anything to that. So, yeah. And I felt a lot better today. I can feel kind of day 4 and 5 creeping in, and that's where you get kind of, what am I trying to say? 4 and 5 is kind of where you have to apologize to everyone around you because you're super grumpy. And I haven't been consistently grumpy, but I'm more serious today, and it's easier to I'm edgier, and I'm kind of doing the 1 minute I'm happy, 1 minute maybe you should walk away kind of thing. So, but yeah, I mean, those are the two biggest things. Definitely, I'm super, super thankful that I was prepared with a lot of extra food. I mean, I tell my clients this all the time, make sure that you're prepared, mentally and physically, for what's coming, because, and that's why I try to have them, not only just prep their food, but kind of prep their mindset. And so, but I'll also keep them grounded in that week so that they're not looking too far ahead and maybe freaking out about what's coming. They're just centered on, okay, this week, these are the things that I could experience. And it's super helpful for a lot of, I know it's super helpful for me, and I've been told that it's been super helpful for my clients because they kind of know what's coming up because they've read, here's what to expect on these days and whatnot. But at the same time, I say, okay, if you're wondering what's coming, that's fine. But if we're in week 1, I don't want you to go past day 7, right? So it keeps them just kind of focused on, where they are, not necessarily where they're going. And I also think it's important to journal, because a lot of this, at least for me, is just mindset. Like it's not that I physically need peppermint patties. I don't. Nobody needs a peppermint patty, although it could be argued. Anyway, it's just getting into your head, and it's like, why do I think that the best thing for me right now is that peppermint patty, right? You know, what psychological need is it providing? So for me, it was winding down, kind of, it was almost like a transition. It's really weird. It was like I was, mindlessly watching Criminal Minds and with my husband, and it was a way to be like, okay, now I can relax, right? Very similar to when I used to smoke, right? Like anytime I needed to calm down, I'd go have a cigarette, right? And that's been 15 years, and I'm still battling kind of the transitions or I'm going through all the different ways that you can deal with things psychologically, other than, I don't know, just dealing with them. So I feel like I do deal with them, but then I feel like they just kind of, I have to keep dealing with them, if that makes sense. For any of you who've given up a vice or multiple vices, I think you probably know what I'm talking about. Like, you give up one and you think you've got that, and then you deal with the mindset on that, and then something else comes up. So, well, thanks. But yeah, it's work, but I think it's good work. It's valuable work, I guess, is all I'm trying to say. And ultimately, you can do anything for 30 days, right? Anything. And this is just food. It's more than that. Obviously it kind of digs up stuff you haven't dealt with, or maybe stuff you didn't realize you needed to deal with, but it's okay, and I will say, through all of this, I can already see, regardless of the stumbling I'm doing in this particular scope, I feel a lot more clear-headed. Like, I don't have to think about the things I'm thinking about as much. I'm able to give quicker answers. My memory recall is really good. Yeah. And, I'm not breaking out. My skin is really, really clear right now. It's kind of awesome. So, yeah. So hopefully this weekend, when it comes to the I need a nap phase, I really won't need a nap. I seem like I'm kind of blazing through, because a lot of times, though, in the Whole30, they group by 2-day increments. So it's like day 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. So it seems like I'm dealing with, like, on days 2 and 3, I dealt with the day 2 and 3 stuff yesterday. I don't feel like I'm not so much today. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow will be hopefully the only day I'm dealing with the grouchy. And then day 5 I'll be okay. And then maybe day 6 I'll be sleepy, which is Friday. So I don't know, which is fine because I'll be in a car. So I can take a nap. Naps are very cool. I know, right? Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know. I'm going to have to look up the ingredients in there, because the coffee shop that Shelly mentioned looks really cool. And I noticed it had almond milk, but I'm going to have to see, like, do you know if do they make it in-house, or is it commercial almond milk? Or I'm going to have to be that girl. You know what I'm saying? I may call them ahead of time and maybe really be that girl and bring in my own. I don't know. Because I'm drinking a cashew milk right now that I think it's from Silk. I think that sounds right. It doesn't have any carrageenan. It does have guar gum, but that doesn't irritate me like carrageenan does, and it's unsweetened, so there's no sugar in it. And cashew milk seems to sit better with my stomach than anything else. Okay, I'll bring my own then. Perfect. In fact, I may go and get Forager brand. I don't know if you guys have Forager down there at all, but it's literally cashews and water. That's it. Yeah, I couldn't go without my coffee. It's like, first they asked me to give up my coffee mate, then they said, okay, in the Whole30 now, no sugar. So, okay. But seriously, coffee mate was like 3 years ago. I don't have to go there. But yeah, it'll be fine. I I'm hanging in there so far, and I know that I just need to make my grocery list before we head to Springfield this weekend. And then when we come back on Sunday, I can go right on to the grocery store and prep for week 2. So, okay. I promised my family I would keep this super quick, and I feel like I've run on longer than they had hoped for, so I know, it's so exciting. I should be on here tomorrow, and you should see me, and I'm probably going to try to periscope from the road. We'll see. See all the beautiful things between Kansas City and Springfield. Anyway, I'm tired, and I'm probably rambling a little bit. So, Angelique, thank you for hanging out with me. If you're on the replay, thanks for stopping by. Again, you can find me as Casey Paleo Girl on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course here on Periscope. I am a 21-day sugar detox certified coach, as well as a Czech Institute holistic level 1 life coach. You can find me on my website at caseypaleogirl.com. I hope you all are having a fabulous day, and are having a equally fabulous evening. Yeah, sleepy time. Anyway, all right. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we will see you tomorrow for day 4 of my Whole 30. Good night, everyone.